Hello people, I am Sky Demolisher and welcome back for another From the Collection Fridays, a series where I take things from my collection and show it to you, my viewers. And this week it is my Marvel Infinite Series Omega Red. So this was another one of those old figures, like, I don't know, 3 months ago maybe, that I was showing off. I found this one hidden away, also covered in dust, basically forgotten about. And it was lifting off the bubble, so I figured, I might as well chuck him in and show him off. So yeah, I think it's based on the comic book version of Omega Red. Although, in saying that, it might also be the cartoon version of Omega Red, but I don't really remember much about Omega Red from the the original X-Men cartoon in the 90s. So, yeah. He stands about 3 3/4 inches tall, like all the other ones. You've got the nicely sculpted face. There's up and down, not very much, and a bit of side to side, but not very much because of his hair. You can see that the hair gets sculpted, very, very heavily sculpted muscle body. The shoulder pads are sort of flexible enough so you can yank them aside and have a look at those joints. They do restrict the up and down movement, but you can get a full 360 move there. You've also got the elbow swivel. There is hand articulation, including that kind, but of course these, I think the carbonadium tentacles do get in the way. Amusingly, he does actually have 2 properly open hands though, so unlike other figures from this line, he didn't get the single punch fist. I don't think there's any articulation at the wrist or anything. But, it's nicely sculpted gauntlets, with I suppose it's an Omega symbol for Omega Red. He has that sort of articulation here at the thigh, so like the upper thigh, basically like a double hinge knee. Has articulation at like this part of the boot, the upper part of the boot, plus at the foot. So that's just, I think, just an up and down. I don't think it's got the side swivel part. And then, of course, like the sort of Van Damme joint, but he can't do the full split thing. They're all ball joints, so yeah. And then, of course, I think there's a little bit of crunch there at the elbow. There is no like hip articulation. You could take off the armor, I think, if you there's a joint there, so you could take the armor part off him if you really wanted to. I think, like, of all the figures from this line, this one seems to be the one that's got like the most articulation that I've come across. And he does have quite, I think it's a bit blurry, but it's a nicely sculpted face. Like, it's very unique. He does actually have like red eyes and yellow eyebrows and everything, so like, they sort of went really all out on this guy compared to what you sort of got with other figures. Now the carbonadium tentacles are flexible, but they are still kind of rigid. They're definitely not strong enough for you to be lifting a character sort of thing, but I think there is enough in them to be able to bend them onto another character if you really wanted to, and stuff. But all around, a very nice figure. Like, the paint job on this is just like pretty amazing, and like so he's very nicely done. There might be a slight cut there. I knocked the camera and it seemed to stop recording, so I'm just sort of trying to resume it. But yeah, like I was trying to say, like the colouring and stuff they did for the skin on this is just amazing. It's like a really nice sort of frosted effect. And I think in the cartoon, and I think most of the comics that I saw, he was pretty much just portrayed as being like a pale white. So he's definitely got a much cooler look as this kind of figure. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this, and until next time, take care of yourselves. Bye.